Hi, Ebenezer. Welcome to the Leanpub launch video for Git Prodigy, Mastering Version Control with Git and GitHub. I was wondering if you could just take a moment to talk a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, and what the book is about and who it's for.
Hi, thank you very much for having me again. My name is Ebenezer. I'm a software engineer, the founder of newdev.io, a learning community and a learning platform and developer community. Um, I'm from Nigeria. I live in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and I love educating developers. So I've been a software engineer for a long while. I started writing code in 2013, so that makes it 10 years now. And I found passion in educating other developers, helping them understand the things that were difficult for me to understand while learning, because I didn't go through the traditional route of getting a degree, going to university. So I decided that it was going to be me who would break down these things for other developers and make learning software engineering easy for people, web development easy for people, JavaScript. That's why I wrote my first JavaScript book, and now to version control with Git and GitHub. This was something that was really difficult for me when I began. I just couldn't understand this. Maybe there was something wrong with me. And I've seen that with so many people trying to learn Git and GitHub, version control in general. So that is why I wrote Git Prodigy.
Yeah, I was saying before we started recording, it's a really great book. I think it's probably the best book written on Git on Leanpub, which is saying something, because there's quite a few, and that's no detriment to any other authors. But like it's sort of like I remember from your previous book, you say you make it easy, but like that doesn't mean there's not a lot to learn, right? And so like but once you know it, the powers that it gives you, knowing how to use Git, knowing how to use version control, will make everything you do in your programming life better.
Right. And like even before I decided to use version control, I did not feel like I needed version control because as I was telling you earlier, I felt really confident in my code. First of all, I saw version control as something so mystical and, for developers that like are just too boring. And I didn't want to put my head in that stuff or my hands in that stuff. So I was really confident in what I was doing in my code. I'm like, I know how to write this code. It's just to write, deploy, and all of that until I lost my project. And that was when I knew that I needed version control. Even before that, there was something that I talked about in the book. We all do some kind of version control even without these tools like Git. Like when you're saving a project, you're saving a file. You want to edit the file. You first of all create a copy of that file and then create a new file and say, second copy or second draft or, next draft and all of this and all this or final draft, absolute file. I did that a lot. Absolute final draft. But things are just so much easier when you use version control.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Yeah, I've got many files in my my work that are like final draft. 1.11892, and stuff like that. And of course, Git's just designed to sort of like make all that way better. And it's not just great for writing software; it's also great for writing books, which is a fantastic thing. Well, and the thing I really like about your book is that like a lot of people like me learn Git you just like learn a command, learn this command, learn that command, learn this command, learn that command. What you do is like even for someone who's sort of been using Git, you sort of like put it in a framework, put the terms in a glossary, just explain the concepts and like why it's there. And it's like a really great kind of like reset for someone who might have just sort of been dropped right in the middle of it. It's like, no, take it now you know how to use it, but like take a step back, think about it from a conceptual level and sort of understand it from the sort of like the way it's designed to work.
Right. And that was the whole point. And trying to balance making it easy for people to understand, for absolute beginners to understand, and comprehensive enough for everyone. That was, I think, the most difficult part of writing this book for me, because I needed to be easy to understand for beginners and something readable and usable for people who have been working with Git. And thank you very much for letting me know that you like the content.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely succeeded at both goals. The book is Git Prodigy, Mastering Version Control with Git and GitHub. Ebenezer, thank you very much for taking a couple minutes out of your day to talk to me and talk to us about your really great book.
Thank you very much for having me, Len. I'm happy again to speak with you on this.